And the Burning Channel is back, and today we are talking about Lake Oroville. We're going to be talking about California snow, and we are going right out to it. This here is the recent snowfall. People are saying that the snowfall in windy.com was not very well, so we're going to check it out here. So these deep purples, in my guess, is right around here. I'm saying somewhere between 98 to 197, and these are inches. 197 to 295 is where it is. It's anywhere between 98 and 197, somewhere in here. This is what's going on here. You can see as we scoot out, the whole state is just bombarded with tons of snow. And then over here as well, you can see that they got a ton of snow over the weekend, which caused a lot of snow to happen. So we will be watching to see what goes on here. And you can see that, like at Trinity, I want to go up Lake Trinity up here. As we scoot in closer to Trinity, people were like, well, how come it hasn't come up? Well, look at all the snow up here. This is a ton of snow that up in this area up here, and it's just locked up and it's waiting to melt. You can see that it's not as much in the valley, but there's still a lot up here. So this will eventually melt, and when it starts to melt, Lake Trinity will fill up. So we will watch that. Same goes for Shasta. You can see all this snow that's locked up here. All this has to melt, and here it flows down into Lake Shasta. Same over here at Lake Oroville. As we scoot in closer, you can see all these purples here. That's a ton of snow, probably around anywhere between 98 and 197. We'll see if windy.com even remotely agrees with this or not. And you come down here towards Folsom, you can see that Folsom's down here, and you can see all this snow that's locked up, and then also Lake Tahoe as well, and then tons of snow through the south. It's just incredible amount of snow that has come, and there's a whole bunch more coming, and I have all you need to know. So let's keep on rolling. We're going to roll over to windy.com, and we're going to check its snow depth to see what it's saying over here, and then we'll go to the actual map and see what the snowfall is. So they're saying there's 72 inches over there, over by Mount Shasta, 58 inches, down here by Chester, 57. So I guess it could be off. They're saying it's a lot less, 66 inches, and down here they're saying 72 inches. Yosemite Valley, it says 52 inches. Here we are at California's Data Exchange Center, and you can see that this thing has come up significantly, especially in the south. Just a couple of days ago, we go back to the 24th, you can see it was at 208, and today it is at 224. This thing has really come up, and we're at 198% for April 1st date. We're getting closer to 200. This thing probably be well over 200 by the time all these systems come through. 191 in Central, 166%, 147%, and 128%. So this hasn't come up near as much as this has, but it still has come up quite a bit. So now we will roll back to windy.com for the weather radar. We are looking at the 12-hour loop, and you can see that the rain, snow has been hitting California. Some has hit Lake Oroville up here. A lot of this is all snow. We come in closer. Yosemite Valley is closed until March 1st. They're underneath a blizzard warning currently, and that's tomorrow. So we'll be watching this, and this has been an insane winter. This has been the most snow that they have ever received anytime. So it's crazy to think that there's all this snow coming here, and the rain has shifted, but it has moved to the north towards Lake Folsom, Lake Oroville as well. And your inflows have not really come up much because a lot of this is snow. Here we are at the visible satellite, and you can see that this storm's hitting California right now. Look at all the snow. It's just insane. There's a ton of snow. If you look at the visible, you can see it right through here. It's just a ton, and it's all the way over. So there's a lot of snow on the ground just laying there waiting to be melted, and it will start to melt over the course of the next several days. Let's check the temperatures out for the next several days. See that the cold air is spilling through, and it stays there for a little bit, but it starts to warm up. You can see a warming trim there, then it starts to cool back down a little bit. It's only 38 in San Jose, 35 in LA. It's going to be pretty chilly there. So the next several days, it's going to be really chilly there. And look throughout the whole country. We'll do this again. We want to see that it stays fairly warm here. Cold out west in Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Arizona. Fairly cool. and it's really starting to warm up in the south and into the central part of the United States a little bit. You can see a boundary line between here and there, so we'll be watching that over the course of the next several days. I want to go to rain accumulations now. We go to the rain accumulation over the next several days here, and you can see that there's still a ton of precipitation forecasted for Lake Oroville, another 4.75 inches, and then up here by Trinity, they're talking about 1.18, Mount Shasta, 3.89, Lake Folsom, another 4 inches, Lake Tahoe, another 4 inches, Bear Valley, another 5.73, Yosemite Valley, another 5.3, Mammoth Lakes, 4.3, all the way down, and my friends in Bakersfield, 0.78. What a difference it is between last August and now. Last August, we were talking about a crazy drought, and now here we are talking about just rain after rain, more and more rain coming every day, and the 16-day forecast holds true too. There's more rain beyond that 10-day period, and I want to go talk about that right now. Here we are at the 16-day map, and you can see this storm coming through California right now. That's the first one to hit California. Another weak low develops here in the Rockies. Here comes the second one to hit very shortly therefore after, and it lingers around for several days, and another storm brews right through here, and we got another big-time snowstorm coming through. That's the third one to hit. These atmospheric rivers just continue. Here's another one to hit the California coast, and that's what I'm talking about, and it looks like another one might be developing at the very end of this situation here. We go all the way back. I'll pause it, and you can see that possibly another low pressure kicking up here. Will that hit California? That's to be determined. It's a very long way out, and anything can happen. I counted 4. Let's try that again. 1. There's the second one, 2. Here's the third one, 3. It moves out, and then a fourth one hits there, 4, and that one looks like a doozy. And then maybe another one up here. Will that swing down into California? I don't know. It's a long way out, but possibly 4. So every 4 days you're having a storm hit. We'll see if this continues. This trend has been continuing for a while. We had that dry spell in the end of January into the beginning of February, but boy, it has been wet ever since, just like predicted. Let's go out and see how much Lake Oroville has come up. Now, it shouldn't have come up a whole lot because a lot of this was snow, as I showed you, and let's go check that out now. Things will be getting interesting as we get closer and closer to spring. Things will start to melt soon. Tomorrow is the first day of meteorologists' spring, so they say March 1st is their spring date, so we'll see what happens. We're getting real close to that 22nd date where it'll be the beginning of spring. We're coming out of winter finally, and things will start to warm up soon. Here we are at Lake Oroville. We're looking at the storage capacity over the last 12 hours. You can see that the current water level is 831.97 feet, and we will look at the graph shortly. Your storage acre feet is currently 2,573,638 feet. Your outflows are 2, your inflows are 8,540. And you went from 24 inches on the last video to 26.61 rain inches. So that has fallen at the spillway. That's not up above. Usually it rains more in the valley and up above there. So this is what we got here. You can see that it has come up since in the last 12 hours. It was at 26.25 and now it's at 26.61. And we will do, this video is getting quite long-winded. I will not be doing like Shasta or Folsom. We will be talking about percentages here in a minute there, percent of capacity here in just a minute. But first I want to go look at Lake Oroville's graph. As you can see, the water level's 831.91 feet MSL, Tuesday, February 28, 2023 at 4 p.m. The level is 68.09 feet below full pool of 900. And what a change. 2019 was higher overall. It got to 894, and today we're at 831. We are probably going to pass this up before it's all said and done. We are higher than we were then, but you can see that it went up, but there's plenty of rain coming and snow coming, so they're definitely going to have to release water at some point. When will that be? That is to be determined, and we will be watching to see when that happens. You can see in 2019 this thing was climbing and they started releasing water around 854.02 feet, and it dropped. They turned it on just to test out the new spillway right around this time, April 7th or so, and then they stopped, and then it just started slowly climbing climbing and it made to 895. Then it slowly drained out. If it's any indication of 2019, it went all the way down to 776. So that's not a bad level. That would be a good level. But check out 2020, 2021, and 2022. It was way lower on that date. So let's hope that this continues to happen. And now we're going to head over to percentage of capacity for our final stop tonight and see what's going on there. Here we are at percentage of capacity, and you can see that Lake Shasta's at 60%, 84% for the day. Lake Oroville 72%, 116 for the day. You can see that Kachuma down here was at 100. They have been releasing water out, so it's down to 98, 136 for the day. You can see that Trinity's at 33%. San Luis is at 76%. Kachuma's at 71%, 115%, 55% for Folsom. That's up some. Don Pedro 77%. McCure 65%. If there's anything you want in here, just it's linked below, so come over and check it out. And my video this weekend will be on an earthquake at Lake Mead, what would happen. So if you're interested in that, stick around. I have that coming down the pike. I've already started doing audio on it. I had to edit it and put it all together, and I plan on doing that either Friday or Saturday morning. So be expecting it sometime this weekend to be released. Like I said, I already got a lot of the audio done, and I will be back. This is why the video is so late, and I didn't have a chance to update the graphs. For those of you who know that I do graphs generally, good things are coming with the graphs down the line. I will have more graphs soon. I'm hoping to have an AI update my graphs every day for me, so that's what I'm working towards. So hopefully that happens, and then I'll be able to use them in every video going forward. I have been learning a lot, so you guys have a blessed day, and we will see you on the next one. God bless.